Welcome. I'm Crimey Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, it's the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile. Hence, we say the crimson light is life. Of course, the crimson light is a bridge to actualizing soulful love. Okay, this is the name of my book. Okay. It's the crimson light is that thing that makes you come alive. It's just wonderful. Okay. So we have been exploring Genesis of chapter 1, verse 2. Yes. And darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So, darkness was upon the face of the deep, as I have said in the past presentation, that would be reflecting what would be above. What is above is what is reflected on the face of the waters or the deep. Of course, the deep here, we are associating the deep as waters. Now, it's not altogether clear that it may be, but it's in that one verse, and it gives the impression that the waters, the face of the deep, because first of all, the earth was without form and it was without void. So basically, it was the word without is like, it's like this. It's an 8. So it's as if it's saying that the earth was like this. Yeah. Well, although this still has a form, we could say, but there is an emptiness, we could say that. Okay. Oh, I just had another idea. Okay. We could say that it was without form and it was void. Okay. Uh, I'm not sure where I've got this from, but I'm just going along as I'm guided. All right. So the spirit, as I have said before, so the word spirit and the spirit of God moved upon the face of the deep. So basically, we can see where all the words seem to have their vibrational partner. So for instance, the word without equals 8. The word God equals 8. God equals 8. So there is a direct correlation with God and the word without, whatever sense we want to make of this. And then we have also having from or concentrating on verse 2, darkness, DARKNESS, darkness and spirit, SPIRIT, both equals 10. Okay. So we have that. The word deep, I'm not going to do all the words, no, but we are looking at some keywords here. And the word deep is that vibration. It's the 3. The word deep is like we have done on several things. So 3 is, and then we have M. We also have it as E and we have it as W. So this is deep. And this is really a representation of waters, if you like. But because there was no form and it was within, without, it was with and it was out. Form, form, it was with form, it would also be with and out and within. So basically, as I say, if we were given the impression that it was without, with, to have something with, there has to be an attachment or relationship. So then would there would also be the word within. This is perhaps where the first word of the scriptures also come into play, because this is key. The scriptures begin with this word. It says in the beginning. So this is in. And then it takes us to what is out. Okay, or what wasn't out. But then what was in? These are questions we need to be asking ourselves. So here we have these two keywords connect very well. So the word without is also, or as I have done it here already, it's 8. Okay. Within this is 5, we've done this, and 6 is 11. So within is 11, and we also see how 11 coincides with the word created. That's in the first verse. And I've also done another word that came to 11. Of course, we saw darkness and spirit together. That's one hair and one hair. That would be 11. Okay, so perhaps we could also say that there would have to be the same thing within darkness and spirit, or those two would really find their kind within to be stirred up. So there is the word within. So this is without, and this would be within. So basically, like Emmett Fox would say, nothing would come into your consciousness unless it finds something like itself on which to attach itself to. Basically, for any two things to have a connection or relationship or movement, they have to be touching on that same frequency. So within here is in direct correlation with spirit and darkness. Okay, and that would be upon the face of the deep. Speaking of the word face as well, that equals 6. So as I say, I'm not doing all the words now, but we see that what was very potent there as well is that word deep, which equals 21. When we add 2 plus 1, that is the 3. That is the free vibration that is it is that which takes on any shape as we have seen. It can be the M, it can be the E3 or W, and it goes round. So even as a W, for instance, the 3 as a W would also symbolize a two gods in Genesis of chapter to God or God or goddess, whichever, in Genesis of chapter 1, when he says, let us create man in our own image and likeness. So there would be a W. There would have been some kind of reflection. And this is the 3, I believe, which is also associated with the Trinity. This symbol here is associated with the Trinity. Okay, so here we can understand, I think this is becoming a little bit clearer. Then we have the word waters, which is I associate and I call Mother Eve, which equals waters equals WATERS. So this is 195215. So 10, 15, 18, 23. 2, 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. So we can see waters here equals 5. Now 5 really takes us, again, like I keep showing, 5 takes us into this column right here. This is where Mother Eve is. This is where Christ is. This is where Eve ate of the fruit of good and evil. And ate, this is the 8 because the word ate equals 8 or eat because it's just a change of position of letters. And there we have the word mouth, which is what we eat with. equals 5. So we can see again the direct correlation or relationship with the number 5 with the word mouth. Of course, the activity of eating, which would be the word within or without, not within. Within is, don't quite remember within, but without. Okay, so without is 8 as well, which goes into the process of eating, of course. Also, the nose equals 8. So the nose equals 8, and we have a bridge. It'd be interesting to do the numerical value for the word bridge as well, because I believe bridge might be 3, which I'm just believing it is for some reason. Let's do this. BRIDGE. Okay, so this is 574992. Okay, this is 20. This is 31, 36. So this is 9. So the bridge is 9. Now, so I thought it was 3, but of course, not too bad, is it really? It's multiplied by 3. Okay, so the bridge is 9. Now that reminds me, if the bridge is 9, it is also indicative that it is saying this is where we need to get to. When we go back to the template, from we need to get to this point. It's like going through the whole um, sacrifice process, understanding, because the word created as well. When we have done the word created, we've done this last time, and it sums up 11. But when we do the numerical value for the word 11, which is 554535, 510, this is 15, this is 20, 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. So we can see how the fifth word of the Bible, which is created and symbolizes Eve, because that's a direct correlation here, a direct match, and it equals 11. And also, I think the word within, when we done the word within, also equals 11. Okay, I remember we done that exercise where we had 11 as well. So darkness and spirit is 11, created is 11, and of course we saw how the word 11 now is telling us that it is also 9. Okay, you can look at my past presentations and see how that really works. Of course, I also have presentations to show how 9, of course, 9 is where we birth newness. It's where we birth newness and we are getting to another cycle. So this is really like number 10, but it's not. It's a formation of 10 in motion. It's not fully established. It's like a mother just having given birth or in the process of giving birth. And of course, when she gives birth, there's 10 because that's mother and child. Child is very gentle and circle, and it's like the innocence, and mother is the one responsible for child now. Okay. Now, so basically, we are looking at the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So we have seen where waters is very symbolical as being Mother Eve. We have seen how the Spirit, yes, or I was correct, within is 11. So we can see how what had not been mentioned, because we live in a world of polarities, and because we have been asked to seek wisdom through the scriptures. So it's not just that we have given a book and it has just laid everything out. It probably has everything, but it has also asked us to seek wisdom. And when you find it, it's like in Proverbs says, there was a man who found. It's like wisdom is like a man who found a jewel, an expensive jewel, and hid it in a field. In a field. Now, that is what we are meant to be doing when we find that wisdom. Hide it in this field. The word hiding it in this field is that when we are ready for it, we can use it. We are replenishing ourselves in this field, in this mind, in this makeup, in this that we exist. That is the field, whatever field it is that we are operating from. So we can find this resource within us to um, grow, to love, to heal, to become who we are meant to be, of course. Okay, so I'm feeling that for now, hoping that it does really make sense here. What I did see, and I think I will just do another presentation on that to show the correlations, how everything seemed to find its match, because the second chapter, I keep saying the second verse, it's like this is where things are married. There's like things are in pairs, and there is harmony in that second verse, and the words seem to hold a vibration to another that connects. So join me again on this second verse. I'm thinking I probably call it Genesis, well, chapter 1, verse 2, and explore whatever other title that I feel is appropriate around it. So you will see and understand that you're following the same sequence of videos. So do join me again, and as we explore this, and this in itself, I feel, is giving us an understanding and seeing how the polarities have played out in our lives, or how we can also embrace these polarities, how we can also begin to mend our relationships with our parents, Adam and Eve. Now, I know I have been also going on more about the feminine because I felt that it is crucial. I still feel that it is crucial that we mend our relationships with our mothers in particular, because that seemed to be what is pressing in this era. It's not saying that we do not need to pay regard or attention to our fathers, and by all means. So perhaps I really should take the opportunity to say it's the feminine energy, whether it is within what we perceive as the masculine figure or the feminine figure or the male or the female. Let perhaps I should just really concentrate or really make it clear that it is getting to understand the feminine energy, that which nurtures unconditionally. So do join me again. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found it fun. If you like the presentation, click the like button and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualizing self-full love. Stay blessed, stay bright, be fulfilled, be ignited, because we are planting new seeds. And spill over with love. Namaste.